Okay, so I haven't really watched this episode in quite some time. So going into this, I was completely blind with whatever happened. Basically, I knew all the little tiny like details, like all the small details, like the ending and stuff. But I went into this with an open mind. This is not gonna be at all like the everything wrong with. So I'm actually gonna be able to say something good about these episodes. So that's why I'm doing this. And let me know if you guys want me to do. I mean, I'm perfectly down with doing ones that I've already done on everything wrong with, um, and reviewing them and looking at them in different lights. So let me know. And without that being said, I that actually doesn't really look too bad. Honestly, that glare doesn't look horrible. It could get annoying though. I could see that. Obviously, this glare is gonna get annoying, but I'm trying to fix the glare issue. My friend brought up to me, so I'm gonna try and fix that issue real quick. But regardless, let's go and get into it. So the episode begins with Pablo stomping around in his backyard, and he proclaims that he's a Yeti, and he is stomping around because he's a Yeti, and that's the joke, I guess. Huh? But he starts singing a song, and actually, it's a pretty good song. In fact, actually, a lot of the songs in this episode are actually pretty good. They're actually pretty decent, and I like them. They're fine enough. So there's some of them that are better than others, and I'll get to that in a minute. Um, and he says that if he catches someone who follows him because he's going to his igloo in the frozen north, if he catches someone when they're following him, what he'll do is he'll give him a snow belly, and it's kind of weird. I want you to remember that for later because it comes up later, and it's just kind of weird and like whatever, okay, whatever. So Uniqua and Tasha come out and they have this camera, and the camera is a hilarious gag. I love it. It's just a really stupid moment. I love it. I can't help it. You're not used to seeing these characters interact with someone like this, so it's really funny whenever they do, and you see it. It's pretty good. So that was a pretty good one. I got a few laughs from that one. Um, they hear Pablo yelling "Yeti, Yeti, Yeti," which gets kind of annoying at times. But it's not really too grating. I didn't think it would be that grating, and it wasn't. So it's a pass for me. Then Tasha says they don't exist. Yetis don't exist. They're a myth, whatever, legend. I understand what the writers are going for in this, and but the Tasha just seems way too mean in this episode. I can see the plot working, like like oh, I don't believe you. Then it happens, and then it's like wow, I believe you now. Like wow, yeah, these do exist. That's what they're kind of going for, but it's really really difficult because it's just like she's way too mean. She's way too mean. She's way too snarky, and it has that season one Tasha on it written all over it with the whole. Well, excuse me. Oh my god. Like It's just really really grating to watch, and I don't like it. I never did in this episode. It just wasn't one of those things I enjoyed in this episode. Tyrone says they should head to the frozen north as Tasha and Unique were arguing about something, and they do. And they also start trying to follow the Yeti. They sing a song, and Tasha begins to, just throughout the entire trip, she just starts to be a know it all. Like, wow, I know everything about the frozen north. We should go this way because that's where it is. And then whenever they turn out that she's going the wrong way, and it's like, and she's like, I know that. I knew that. I'll just turn around. I knew that. It's really, really just, I get what they're going for, but it's just, no, no, no. So we also have a gigantic snowball, which you've heard the cliche before, where it's like, oh man, we should keep our voices down in case of avalanches. And there's a gigantic snowball that rolls down a mountain, chases them, and they slide down. It's like Kablanguin in that damn sled game. Just chases them down. I didn't know the homing devices on those snowballs are pretty good, man. They followed them. It followed them like crazy. It was on there. So it was pretty good. And after that, we get my favorite song in the episode, which is the "Row Your Boat, Row Your Boat." I love that song. That's a really, really good song. I like the tone of it. I like how calm it is. It's a very nice. It's kind of like these, water, calm, nice, and I love that. I love that nice song. It kind of gives me a Austin's Lament kind of sort of feel, so I enjoy it very much. Um, Let's go and see. I'm still trying to read my notes. Please forgive me. It's better than me trying to remember everything and just keeping you here for like 20 minutes. So, let's go and see. All right. So it starts to snow, and oh wait, never mind. We have first before that happens. We also get our song with like Tasha and Uniqua arguing, and that song's pretty good too. That song's another good song, and it's probably my second favorite of the episode. I love that one. And then it starts to snow, and it covers up the tracks, the Yeti tracks that they were following throughout the entire episode. So it's like, well, I guess we're gonna have to do something. And they see an igloo, and so they find the igloo, and they, question if it belonged to the Yeti, if they belong. And of course, they have another big argument and another song, like a little tiny add-on to that other song before, and it works. It works well. The song, fine, simple enough, whatever. And they hear the Yeti and they go outside the igloo. Now, you're probably wondering, okay, well, the Snowbelly thing, is that going to come in? Who knows? I don't know. But they go in there, they go outside, and it turns out to be Pablo, and they're like, okay. They just say it's Pablo and all that kind of stuff, and it's like, eh. And then the episode just ends. For that's why. What happened? It literally just feels odd. There's no climax. There's no nothing. Like, I know Backyardigans is not meant for Shakespearean writing or whatever. But man, dude, this ending is so strange. It's so weird. I just never understood it. And then you have the Snowbelly thing. It doesn't even happen. Like it's just a little tiny joke. And even then, what's the joke? Like what's the joke? Like what is it? Like based off of what's the joke? Is it just Snowbelly? Whatever. I guess I don't even get it. But aside from that, it's great. It's fantastic. It's good. There's a lot of good like songs in the episode. Every single one of them is great in some capacity. The Stomp song is great. The snow going, keep on snow go. That one's a good one as well. There's just a lot of them. The boat song, the argument, everything. It's a good episode for songs, and it's a good episode in terms of the plot and in terms of the characters. The only thing that really brings this episode down, though, is Tasha. She was very snarky. She seems very know-it-all-y. It just seems very much like the writers want us to dislike her. And I understand what they're going for. They're trying to go for the whole, okay, I don't believe you. And then the character's going to believe them at the very end whenever she sees that it's a Yeti. But technically she doesn't, because it's just Pablo as the Yeti. They've already established that it's Pablo as the Yeti, so I don't see how that would work necessarily. But whatever the case, it's great. The ending is pretty weird. That's another thing that bumps this down, but it's an 8 out of 10. It's a great episode. I love the premise of the episode. It feels fantastic. It feels great. The songs are great. Everything's great about it. So everything else, I mean, not the Tasha bits, not the ending, but everything else is great. So guys, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoy, make sure to leave a like, and I will see you guys soon. It's been Taylor. I'll see you guys soon. Take care, everyone.